So we have been inspired to explore Mauritius, so we thought we should explore some more Mauritian culture through their cuisine in light of, obviously, the amazing team of Matrix going on tour to Mauritius, courtesy of Rian Mansa. Now, if you're a fan of falafel, then you are probably, hopefully, going to love these Mauritian street food treats, and they're called Gateaux Piments. I hope I'm saying it right. Gateaux Piments directly translates to chili cakes, also known as Gajax. Let's call it a chili pop. Michele van Zari now joins us in the kitchen to show us how to make this traditional snack. We're going to make it slightly differently because we like to health things up on a Tuesday. That's when we bring you in. You know, I always know we're going to try and pass something as healthy when we have you standing here. How are you doing, buddy?
Good and yourself, man. It's lovely to be back here.
I'm excited about this. I love me a little bit of chili and I love falafel balls. And this is something quite similar but a little bit different. So what's going into our Gateaux Piments?
So I know when you looked at these, you're also a little bit confused.
Like, who shrunk the corn?
But these are actually just yellow lentils. Again, sticking to the health trend, they're packed with protein. And they're such an amazing way. I mean, I know a lot of people are trying to do a little bit of a less meat on a Monday or whenever.
Yeah.
This is a great source of protein, low carb, I mean, it's high in protein and it's just such a great ingredient.
And satisfying. I think that's something that when you're going the meat-free option, make sure that the food is delicious and satisfying to help you along the process. And we're going to be baking ours. I know traditionally it is deep fried, but this is, it's starting to, they look very much like a falafel ball. So I would imagine they have a similar kind of texture, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
So the basis of falafel is chickpea that's blended up. This is essentially just changing that up a little bit. These are actually high in protein, so they really are nice. And it's sticking to that really Mauritian vibe. And there's a lot of influence from French cuisine, a little bit of Indian, European. So it's really a blend of all of the greatest cuisines in the world that came together and created a really interesting cuisine.
I love it because it's quite similar to Cape Town, in fact. We've obviously got a melting pot here. I think, obviously, the Indian cuisine is a massive influence. Here, maybe the French, not quite as much. But what I love about Mauritius, and from what I've heard, it's beautifully continental. There are so many different influences. So when you explore the culture, it's something that is so unique and so delicious. And I'm sorry, if I'm going to explore a place, I explore through the food.
Absolutely.
I think street food.
The reason why I go to places essentially first on the list is the food. And I've spent quite a bit of time in Mauritius, so I think this is so nice for me. It's such a nice way to bring a cuisine that a lot of people don't know about back to South Africa, and this is the perfect.
And I think this is going to be a crowd favourite. And I know we're going with the green chili, but you could go super hot. It's up to you. Okay.
First things first. We've soaked these overnight. If you don't soak them, they're not soft enough to blend.
Okay.
So you just pop them into any jar, cover them with water, close the jar. Next day, you just strain them out.
Okay.
Straight into the blender. I hope this thing is. So you don't want to go too far. I think that's the biggest thing about this recipe is you don't want to take these to like a paste.
Okay.
You want to leave a little bit of texture just so that it gives them that like falafel vibe. With a little bit of grit and a little bit of heart to it.
And I suppose it's finding that balance because it needs to be able to bind, but still have the texture. Okay.
Cool. So that goes straight back into your bowl. You can blend them. This looks perfect actually. All right. And you see, if you blend them up, you get this nice. It kind of creates its own gluten to a sense because now they're going to hold their shape.
To bind. Okay, brilliant. I get that.
So flavor profiles for this, you've got that. A little bit of spring onion that goes in. Chopped white onion or just normal onion. This adds a little bit more stringency and it's very important to this recipe. So normal onion as well. A little bit of flour.
And this is kind of, I suppose, the backbone. You could kind of push the boat out here and there, but this is the core. Yeah. I know we're putting our slight own little spin on it.
Yeah.
But
So seasoning. Nice flaked molten salt, always nice. Bit of black pepper. And then I think what really makes this Mauritian is the cumin. You can toast it off and blend it up at home, which is really nice. This is obviously, you can buy store-bought ground cumin, but I really love to toast my cumin, blend it up at home, and you get that beautiful, robust flavor.
Were you just wanting to throw this coriander away? Is that why it's here, or must I chop it up now?
No, don't hate on the coriander.
I know that the viewership is divided in half, those who can and those who can't eat coriander, so I'm not going to discriminate against those that do love it, because there are those that do.
Okay, cool. So give this a nice mix-up. You can see we have a lined baking sheet ready there. So that's essentially what we're doing today. We're just going to bake them. Like I said, you can fry them. You're supposed to fry them traditionally, but this just makes them so much healthier, and they are actually just as delicious. So, you know,
I'm thinking an air fryer was born for this.
Oh,
okay?
You know, the air fryer makes everything better.
Yeah, completely, man. And I would also have a strong feeling here that these are going to be very Moorish.
Very
so don't just make 10, make like 25. If you're going to make them, make a lot.
Okay, those are just an example. If I can ask you just to brush them with a little bit of olive oil. So instead of soaking them in oil, we just give them a little taint.
It's just to help crisp
Crispness.
Cool.
And that's it, eh? I mean, at the end, once you've baked them, I think 180 for about 20 minutes would give you a perfect perfect baked good. And yeah, pop them in the oven, take them out, sprinkle them with some coriander. You can put the coriander into the dough as well. You can make any little dipping sauce and you have a beautiful, healthy recipe.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit of a spicy yogurt dip. Absolutely beautiful, buddy. Thank you so much. I maintain if you're going to explore a culture, start with the food. Start with the street food that their own people absolutely love. And these beautiful little creations are very much loved in Mauritius. And I have a feeling they're going to be loved in South Africa as well.